Sarah's hands shook as she begged Mark, again, to just listen. But narcissists like him don't care about pleas, they crave control. Then David, the quiet IT guy, slid a book across her desk, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. "Stop reacting," he said. "Start with this." For months, Sarah had been Mark's favorite target. The brilliant marketing manager who delivered results, yet constantly found herself defending her worth. Meanwhile, David from IT noticed the pattern, how Mark's charm turned cruel whenever Sarah showed vulnerability. Over coffee, David made a quiet observation: "He doesn't hate you, Sarah. He needs your reaction like an addict needs a fix." Sarah stared at her reflection in the office bathroom mirror, dark circles under her eyes from sleepless nights. "I either learn to handle Mark or lose my career," she whispered. That afternoon, she approached David with burning determination: "Teach me how to beat him at his own game." Her objective was clear: regain power, without becoming what she hated. The very next morning, Mark sabotaged Sarah's client presentation, stealing her slides and passing them off as his own. When she confronted him, he smirked: "You should be grateful I'm putting your work out there." Sarah's fists clenched, then she remembered David's warning. This was the test. Would she explode like Mark wanted? Or try the Stoic trick David swore by? Sarah took a deep breath, then smiled. "I'm glad you found my work useful, Mark." The room froze. Mark's smirk faltered. This wasn't the outburst he wanted. Later, he cornered her: "What's your game?" Sarah simply said, "No game. Just doing my job." But privately, she panicked. Was this working? Or just making him more dangerous? Over the next week, Sarah became a Stoic experiment. When Mark took credit, she documented it. When he provoked, she responded with boring professionalism. David coached her through each encounter: "He's a shark, stop bleeding emotion in the water." Then came the ultimate test: Mark fabricated a mistake on her project in front of the CEO. Sarah felt the old panic rise, but this time, she was ready with 3 weaponized words. The boardroom tensed as Mark pointed to Sarah's report. "These numbers are wrong, costing us thousands." The CEO's eyes locked onto Sarah. Instead of defending, she calmly slid a folder across the table. "Here's the original data, timestamped emails showing Mark approved these figures, and HR complaints about his sabotage." Mark's face flushed purple. "You," the CEO raised a hand. "Mark. My office. Now." Sarah exhaled. The Stoic trick had worked. Not by fighting the narcissist, by refusing to play. As Mark stormed out, Sarah noticed David leaning against the doorframe. His subtle nod said everything. The CEO never saw the months of calculated torment, but the audience did. While Mark ranted about betrayal, Sarah remained still, a Mona Lisa smile playing on her lips. The narcissist never suspected the quiet IT guy had armed his prey with philosophy older than Rome itself. In the aftermath, Sarah surprised herself. Where she expected triumph, she felt quiet. No gloating, no revenge, just relief. David found her staring at Mark's empty office. Stoicism isn't about winning, he reminded her. It's about not needing to. Sarah finally understood. This wasn't about beating Mark. It was about reclaiming the parts of herself he'd tried to erase. The narcissist lost the moment she stopped keeping score. Rewinding the tapes, the clues were there: Sarah's meticulous documentation, David's strategic advice, even the CEO's subtle eye rolls at Mark's grandstanding. Every ignored provocation, every emotionless email reply had been chess moves. The final reveal wasn't an explosion, just a quiet checkmate. As HR packed Mark's belongings, Sarah realized the narcissist's greatest weakness? Assuming everyone else was as impulsive as him. While he raged, she'd been playing the long game. With Mark gone, the office transformed. Sarah deleted his toxic emails without reading them. David anonymously started a Stoic resilience workshop. Even the CEO instituted new policies: no more solo credit for team projects. But the real action? Sarah mentoring the new intern on day one. When someone tries to get a rise out of you, remember, you're holding the remote control. They can't make you press play on their drama. The cycle was broken. 6 months later, Sarah's promotion celebration felt different: no lingering dread, no backhanded compliments to brace against. Even her laugh was fuller. David raised his glass, to the woman who outgrew her villain. The CEO added, and to the team that learned not to feed trolls. Every thread of the story tied back to that first moment, when Sarah chose silence over surrender. The real aftermath? Sarah discovering Mark had been fired from his next 3 jobs for the same patterns. Meanwhile, she'd built something unexpected: a consulting side hustle teaching Stoic strategies for toxic workplaces. David became her first business partner. The ultimate irony? Former colleagues sent her Mark's LinkedIn rants about ungrateful teams. She'd archive them unread, but not before smiling at one universal truth: narcissists stay stuck. Those who master themselves, they evolve. The lesson wasn't about defeating narcissists, it was about disarming them. Sarah's story proved the ancient Stoic truth: you can't control others, only your response. And in that space between provocation and reaction, that's where your power lives. The narcissist loses when you stop playing and start choosing yourself.